What if I told you that most retirees are broke? Not because they don't have money, but because their money has no structure. They've got a 401k already there, some savings, a brokerage account, Social Security coming eventually. But when you ask them which dollars are for what, they have no idea. And that confusion, that's where retirement plans fall apart. Today, I'm going to show you a simple framework that changes everything. 3 buckets, each one with a specific job. And when you set them up right, retirement stops feeling like a guessing game and starts feeling like freedom. I'm Matt Glass. Let's get right into it. In the last video, I talked about why traditional retirement planning at retirement. The short version, accumulation and distribution are 2 different games, and most people never make that switch. But here's what I didn't tell you. Making that switch isn't just about changing your mindset. It's about changing your structure. See, most retirees treat their money like one giant pot of soup. Stocks, bonds, some cash, all mixed together in one account. And every month they ladle out whatever they need. That works great until it doesn't. Because when the market drops and you're pulling income from that same pot, you're doing the one thing every investor knows you shouldn't do. You're selling low. You're locking in losses. You're draining the account faster than it can recover. And you're quietly cutting years off your retirement even though you're not realized. That's not a plan. That's a hope and a prayer. What you need is structure. Here's how I think about it. Your retirement's one bucket doing 5 different jobs. It should be 3 buckets, each with one job. Bucket 1, now. Bucket 2, soon. Bucket 3, later. That's it. Simple, but don't mistake simple for shallow. The power isn't in the concept, it's in the placement. It's knowing exactly which dollars go where and why. Let me break each one down. The now bucket is your peace of mind money. This is cash, liquid, accessible, money you can get to tomorrow if you need it. What's it for? Emergencies. The stuff life throws at you that you didn't see coming. The roof needs replacing, the car dies, the medical bill shows up, your daughter needs help with something, right? Life happens. And when it does, you need money you can grab without selling it, triggering taxes, without wondering what the market did that day. The now bucket is your financial oxygen mask. How much goes in there? Generally, I tell people 6 to 12 months of living expenses, enough that you can sleep at night. Enough that you're not one bad month away from a panic attack. Now, here's what's most important to understand. There is no financial return on this money, 0. And that's okay, because the return on the now bucket isn't financial. The return is peace of mind. That's its job, and it does it well. Now, let me skip ahead to the later bucket. I'm doing this a little out of order on purpose because the middle bucket is the one most people miss, and I want you to really hear it. The later bucket is your long-term growth money. This is the money you're not going to touch for at least 10 years, maybe 15, maybe 20. Because you've got that kind of time horizon, this bucket can be more aggressive. It can handle volatility. It can ride out the dips. It can take advantage of compounding over the long haul. This is where the rule of 72 goes to work. Just quick math, take 72, divide it by your annual return. That's roughly how many years it'll take for your money to double in that later bucket. So if you're averaging 7%, your money doubles in about 10 years. You've got $300,000 in your later bucket at 65. That could be $600,000 by 75 and over $1 million by 85. No extra contributions, no magic, just time and structure. But here's the thing. Most people never get this growth. Why? Because they pull from it too early. They don't have the other buckets set up, so need income or an emergency hits, they raid the later bucket. They sell at the wrong time. They interrupt the compounding. And that growth they were counting on, it's gone. The later bucket only works if you protect it. And the way you protect it is with the middle bucket. This is the one nobody talks about, and it's the most important one. The soon bucket is your income bucket. This is the money that replaces your paycheck, the money that covers your lifestyle for the first 10 years of retirement, the most critical years. Why are the first 10 years so critical? Because that's when the sequence of returns risk is the highest. That's when a bad market can do permanent damage. That's when most retirees make emotional decisions that cost them for the next 25 years. If you don't have income handled for this window, you're going to be pulling from your later bucket. And if the market goes down when you do that, you're locking in losses and you're killing your future. The soon bucket prevents that. It gives you stable, predictable income regardless of what the market is doing. It lets you live your life without watching CNBC every morning, wondering if you're going to be okay. And it protects the later bucket so that money can grow untouched. Think of it as like a bridge. On one side, you've got your working years, paycheck coming in every 2 weeks. On the other side, you've got your later years, Social Security maximized, later bucket compounding, everything working together. The soon bucket is the bridge that gets you from here to there without blowing up your plan. Here's where most people mess this up. They build the later bucket first. They've been doing this their whole career, growth, growth, growth. Then they get to retirement and they realize they skipped the first two buckets entirely. No cash reserves, no income plan, just a big old pile of investments and no idea how to paycheck. So what do? They pull from the later bucket every month. They react to whatever's going on in the market. They panic when things drop. They get conservative at the wrong time. They take Social Security early because they're scared. And slowly, that later bucket they spent 30 years building, it starts shrinking faster than it should. Not because they didn't save enough, because they didn't structure it right. When the buckets are set up correctly, everything changes. Your now bucket handles emergencies, so you're never forced to sell investments at the wrong time. Your soon bucket handles income, so you're not dependent on the market performance to pay your bills. And your later bucket handles the growth, so your money keeps compounding while you're living your life. Each bucket has one job, and because each bucket is clear, you're never guessing. You know what your money is for. You know when you're going to use it. You know how it all fits together. That clarity, that's what retirement is supposed to feel like. Not anxiety every time the market dips. Not wondering if you're going to run out. Not second guessing every single purchase. Just a plan that works, whether the market's up, down, or sideways. I call this the glass path, not because it's fragile, because it's clear. You can see through it. You can see every step. You're not walking into retirement blind, hoping things work out. You've got structure. You've got a system. You've got clarity. And that clarity is what creates freedom. Freedom to spend without guilt. Freedom to give generously. Freedom to enjoy the retirement you worked your whole life for without constantly worrying about the money. In the next video, I'm going to break down why the 4% rule, the most retirement rule out there, is outdated and dangerous. You've probably heard it. Your advisor may have even used it in your plan, but it was built on assumptions that no longer hold. And if you're relying on it, you could be setting yourself up for trouble. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. And if this video helped you see retirement a little more clearly, share it with someone who needs to hear it, a friend, family member, someone you know who's getting close to retirement and maybe feeling a little bit lost. Sometimes the right information at the right time can change everything. And if you're watching this thinking, I want to see what this looks like for my situation, there's a link in the description to schedule a conversation with me. No pressure, no pitch, just a chance to see your retirement through a clearer lens. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.